Hi, I'm Deborah Henney. I'm a wife, author, mother, speaker. Today I want to release a word in video form that I originally dated in my prophetic journal as June 29th, 2022. And that's really the date that I sat down to type out something that had been simmering and growing and literally growing in my heart since the very beginning of the year in January. And interestingly enough, as you'll see over the course of the word, it really ties into this year. And because, I don't always put all the dots together right away, it took me a little bit to figure out that this was a word for this year in my life, and in the life of my local church, but also in the body of Christ as a whole. So here is the word as it was released to me on June 29th. I typed out, "This is a word from the Lord that's been percolating for a while." And the word was originally double, double, and double again. And I originally, when I got this word, I heard double, double, and double again over and over and over again in my spirit. And then all of a sudden I saw 2 to the third power, and that was really significant with unlocking a little bit more of the revelation in my heart. And what he gave to me when he released the image of the 2 to the third power was Holy Spirit power, new beginnings, and exponential increase. And interestingly enough, when I thought about, well, what is 2 to the third power? Well, it equals 8. And when I looked it up in Hebrew culture, 8 is the number of new beginnings. So this is the word that I got when I actually sat down at my computer to type out, to kind of flesh out these images and these words that God was releasing. He said, "I am releasing an exponential increase to my people, increase of my presence and an increase of my glory, which will be seen as an increase in the way my people operate in my gifts. I am releasing new beginnings for many, new beginnings that are born out of this exponential increase and born of my power. I am enlarging capacity. I am widening tent posts and enlarging vessels to enable my people to experience my glory in the earth. The earth will be filled with my glory, but you, my people, are the ones that carry my glory on earth. I am filling you, my people, with my glory and enabling you to bear exponentially, immeasurably greater measures of my glory. Double, double, and double again. This doubling will far exceed your expectations, but I have one requirement of you: complete surrender. Willing surrender. Surrender without argument. Do not be afraid of surrender to me. Surrendering to me is not defeat. It is victory beyond your dreams. There will be a doubling in the power of my Spirit's operation in my people, accelerated new beginnings, and ongoing exponential increase as my people remain surrendered to me and take obedient steps of faith." This word was so powerful when I received it. And some of the things that I really highlighted in the word were the exponential increase. It's an exponential increase, not only which begins with the enlarging the capacity. We can't bring what we don't have. So if we don't already have that increased measure of glory in our own lives, in our ability to experience it, in our ability to bear it, and we can't release it into our environments. We can't live it. We can't walk it. People aren't going to see it if we don't have it. So the beginning of this is that God is going to enlarge our capacity to experience and to bear His glory. And that really comes through surrender, which is at the end. God is releasing a promise. He's releasing His vision here. I want to give you more of myself. But in order for me to do that, we as a people, individually and as a body of Christ, need to completely surrender to him. New beginnings. I really believe this is in people's assignments in their lives, in people's callings on their lives. It's a new beginning. I believe God is releasing gifts into people's lives and also leveling up the gifts that they already have. And that was a really big part in this, because really, if all we do as Christians is go to church and kind of punch the time clock with religious activity, where's the life in that? There's really no real vibrancy of what it means to bring God into our lives. We see God in our lives when we operate in the gifts. I mean, that's why they're given for the manifestation of the Spirit. They're a way that we can show people who God is. How will people know that God is healer unless we see him healing through us? How do we know God's heart and messages of love unless a prophet speaks it? How do we know that we are called, that we are servants and serve in love to build up and encourage and to motivate each other to fulfill the assignments in our lives unless we walk that out and we do that? God is bringing about a revelation of his different attributes through our gifts as we walk as Christians. You know, God will be seen as the God of peace as we live and operate in peace in our lives. He'll be seen as our provider as he provides abundantly above what we need. And that's not just material things, that's mental and emotional needs as well. So there's a huge promise here of doubling in the Holy Spirit's power and through the power of the Holy Spirit, which is going to bring new beginnings in lives, in churches, in ministries. And those new beginnings will I just saw them like taking off exponentially, and the impact in the supernatural giftings and the impact on lives, real impact on lives, transformed lives, was exponential as we surrendered to God so he could fill us with greater measures of glory and release that glory to bring supernatural change into our environments and into our regions. I am really excited about this. Again, it comes with a condition of surrender. And I love how in here God said, don't be afraid of surrender to me. When we think of surrendering, we often think of defeat. You know, like, I can't win this battle, so I surrender. I can't win this game, so I forfeit. But that's not the way it is in God. You know, as with all things, God, it kind of puts our logic on its head. And when we surrender to God, that's when we live in victory. So if we want to live in ultimate victory, we need to live in ultimate surrender. So I am very excited for this 2022 word. Oh, and one more thing. It said at the very end, it said double, double, and double again. This doubling will far exceed your expectations. And if you look at the YouTube thumbnail for this video, I have 3 boxes along the top with 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And that was given to me in a vision where God showed the boxes just like that with 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And he said double, double, and double again. And that's when I realized my human imagination and capacity for understanding and believing the immensity of what he is pouring out on his people and in his church was so inferior to God's vision. And that is probably the most exciting part of it all. I am so excited for what God is going to bring through each individual person in the church in this time, raising them up, calling them out, and releasing supernatural, miraculous works and gifts, and really having the church operate as the church, releasing the heart of God into this world. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited, and be blessed. Till next time.